Right, let's see this one. How these idiots YouTuber end up in Cambodian prison? Okay.
Well, I think it's safe to say by now that being an influencer is probably one of the toughest jobs on planet Earth. This is mostly because throughout your very rewarding career, you'll be asked very tough questions. Should I do pull-ups on a holy site in Japan? God, I just can't imagine the struggle of her having to answer that question before.
Why? What? Why? Why? I have so many questions. Why? The pattern, guys, they keep on going. The pattern, you recognize, right? What's going on?
Posting it to her dumbass Instagram followers. But that's not even the toughest one. Should I go to Japan, known to be a country full of hospitality and kindness, order food, get on trains, and just not pay the bills?
Japan again.
Seriously,
not
these
paying bills
influencers have it
again.
really tough. And more recently, you had this happen
Oh my
to
God, it's him
poor
again.
Johnny Somali. He had to go to South Korea and ask himself a very simple question. Should I twerk in front of a monument made to commemorate one of the most oppressed people during World War II? Not only are people getting so tired of these dumbass influencers and their antics, but they're also very tired of countries not taking those things seriously. Johnny, for example, committed crimes in Japan, but never faced any jail time. He only got banned from the country, disappointing many.
Oh man, Logan Paul is the start of this. Oh, actually. Right, the infamous forest clip, and he was the one that going around the street and like holding fishy, like smelly fish, octopus, harassing people. Oh yeah, he's the start of it, of everything. What the heck?
People. But the story we're going to be talking about today not only is way worse than anything I've mentioned so far, but it also had massive consequences. It's about how two Taiwanese influencers went to Cambodia
It's Taiwanese? Let me just scan, guys.
thinking that as influencers, they can do whatever they want. And instead of getting a slap on the wrist, they got
traditional
the complete
Chinese,
opposite. They got sentenced.
For my country, we learn simplified Chinese, so it's different.
To inhumane conditions, okay? This was so big that it made it onto Taiwanese national news, Cambodian news, and was talked about all over Asia, but no one really talked about it. I don't know about this, but okay. Every article, every source of information I found was in Mandarin, okay? Or Cambodian. But regardless, it was...
His name is Goodnight Chicken, alright?
Massive. So massive, in fact, that even the Prime Minister of Cambodia had something to say about it directly, releasing a statement talking about it. I have never seen something of this scale before. So let's talk about it. The main influencer at the center of this incident goes by the name of Goodnight Chicken, a 31-year-old Taiwanese man. His content mostly revolves around him live streaming himself in abandoned or haunted buildings. This is obviously nothing special. Many people do the same type of content, and it's very hard to stand out. But in 2020, he had done exactly...
I have to find this kind of channel, yeah. Going through like abandoned building, getting creepy clips.
Exactly that, even though he wasn't really planning on it. While live streaming himself in an abandoned hospital, he came across a corpse half hanging on the ceiling and ran away in fear. This actually ended up solving a missing persons case. The police got involved, the government got involved. It turned out that this person had been missing for a long time, and he had helped solve this case. This was on national Taiwanese news. He was praised for it and was able to build a following from it. This, in turn, allowed him to start earning more money and travel outside of Taiwan for content.
Malaysia! Well, what? He came to Malaysia? I don't even know. Alright, he came to Malaysia. I don't even know.
Here, he's going to Malaysia, and he also went to Japan. For 2024, though, he had his sights on Cambodia. Cambodia is a country in Southeast Asia, known mostly for its beauty and monuments.
This guy.
But that wasn't why Goodnight Chicken was interested in it. No, it was more grim than that. Around summer 2023, the United Nations published a report estimating that around 100,000 people were trafficked from other Asian countries into Cambodia in order to work against their will in scam call centers, saying that most victims are men from Asia, but some have come from further afield, such as Africa and Latin America. This was the first
Call
study
center
of this
scam.
scale, and
I
it hurt
see.
Cambodia's reputation as a touristic hub quite a bit. Around 40% of their total tourists came from China, and those numbers started to dwindle very quickly after that report came out. What didn't help is that the United Nations outlined some of the nationalities involved, and a lot of the victims actually came from Taiwan. This right here is an image of a rumored scam call center compound, where obviously you cannot escape even if you wanted to. Look at all the barbed wire. Seeing that this was massive news in Taiwan, Goodnight Chicken saw an opportunity in this. What if I went to Cambodia and documented this, tried to explore these buildings and show
Oh, he
everyone
went
what
for
was
the big
happening
money.
behind these walls in those compounds? Because of this, he specifically went to the Prea Sihanouk province, more specifically its capital, Sihanoukville. To many, this is where you could find some of the prettiest beaches in Cambodia, and to others, this is where you could find a lot of the scam call centers that lured people in and trapped them. Goodnight Chicken was betting everything on this. After landing in Cambodia on February 12th, 2024, Goodnight Chicken started up his livestream as he usually does. This time though, he was whispering, claiming to be in one of those scam call center
Really?
compounds. Let's watch.
I don't think.
But then he was caught.
What did he say? Sorry. He said, I can't turn on the lights here. There's someone there. There's someone there. Okay.
But then he was caught. He
He said,
attempted
"Fuck
to run
me."
away, but you could hear him struggle to leave.
He said, fuck. Watch out. Oh.
There was a person chasing him carrying a flashlight. Some viewers zoomed in, tried to up the brightness to see who that person is, and they detected a military uniform. And then you could hear him struggle at the end, as if he was caught. The live stream ended there. So obviously, you watch something like this and you'll worry. You're thinking, oh, wait a second, was he caught like all these other Taiwanese men that were brought into Cambodia? Are they going to torture him? Are we ever going to hear from him again? Well, they didn't, at least not for the entire evening after this live stream, not until the next day. This time though, it wasn't from him. It was from his friends and his wife sitting in the middle right here, saying that they were very concerned, saying that this has to be solved as soon as
Okay, they said they can't contact him.
possible, that they were very worried. And this, of course, added more fuel to the fire. The viewers were
Ooh.
also just as worried. Now, of course, there were some skeptics asking, why are you out here live streaming? Why aren't you contacting the consular services, the police, etc.? These skeptics were calmed down when another influencer friend of Goodnight Chicken from Taiwan live streamed himself saying that he would never joke with his own life, doubling down on the idea that this is very serious, that everyone should be worried, that there was no room for being skeptical. Things intensified even more when the governor of the province that Goodnight Chicken was in posted 4 images of him on Facebook saying, if you guys see a person that looks like this, please
There's a laughing emoji. I just saw it. What the hell?
contact me immediately. Even the police and the government was now
Okay.
on this. I mean, they're already struggling with tourism. They have a high-profile Taiwanese influencer show up to their country, claim they're being kidnapped. Holy shit, man.
Oh,
Get
that's gonna be
everyone on
bad,
this.
yeah,
This
for
was a matter
everyone.
of national reputation now. But as you might have guessed, things got even more intense. The next day, a live stream just starts all of a sudden on Goodnight Chicken's channel, and it's him running. Watch.
拔腿狂奔，还不时回头看他是直播主晚安小鸡，到柬埔寨凯博园区直播，自称遭人袭击后被控制行动。
他们拿电击棒，我身上所有钱都被他们拿走了。30
As you can see, his clothes are ripped. He showed bruises. His head is half shaven, and the things
Wait,
he
yeah, what
claimed
happened to his
are
head?
so insane that we can't just skip over them. Here's what he said, translated. He claimed that he was controlled by multiple gunmen throughout the night, was tortured with electric shock batons, and was robbed of 3,000 to 4,000
Yeah, that's what he
US
said.
dollars.
He got
This
robbed.
was all while he had a record number of viewers. This all started out with some dude sneaking through a building that he shouldn't have been in to now a national
Yeah, good things the kidnapper gave his phone back. So he lost everything. He's hurt. His head is half a shave, but he got a phone with internet to live stream. Ah,
governmental and political issue on a global scale, all right? This wasn't just about some
Okay.
countries' issues, all right? Taiwan was indirectly involved in this because,
Yeah,
I mean,
two
this is one
countries
of its
involved now.
high-profile citizens. Cambodia took this very, very seriously. But some of Goodnight Chicken's viewers weren't taking it as seriously anymore. The skeptics resurfaced, and this time they had proof. Liu Yu, otherwise known as XXXX-Gay1069 on Twitter. Great. Amazing name.
Okay.
Managed to pinpoint exactly where Goodnight Chicken actually
Nice.
was.
Okay.
He concluded that his live stream of himself running was actually in this area right here, which is a very big deal because it was very far away from the rumored compound location and right
Wow,
next to a
that's-
beautiful,
how
peaceful,
did he
and calm
find-
resort town on the beach. Not really a place where you'd expect someone torturing you, shaving half your head, and shocking you. To some people, this was getting very fishy. But regardless, the Cambodian police was on their way, and they were using every resource available to find Goodnight Chicken as soon as possible. As you saw earlier,
Oh,
the
damn,
governor of
let's
the province
go.
was involved. The police commissioner is now involved too. This was very, very serious. Shortly afterwards, the police had done it. They had found Goodnight Chicken
hate.
and his friend that went with
Really
him
got
to
shaved.
Cambodia. But instead of the smiling faces that people were expecting, they were met with reality. The two influencers were handcuffed, and the police officers were pissed. Goodnight Chicken and his friend were caught red-handed, with the police commissioner pointing at all the props they had brought with them from Taiwan to stage this entire thing. The whole thing was fake. There was not a single real thing in all of this. They had fake Cambodians military
surprised?
uniforms. The person with the
just
flashlight
a
stalking
prank,
him was
bro.
his friend dressed in this uniform. They had
Oh,
a bunch
that's
of
the
tools
uniform.
and makeup and even fake blood. And as you can
They
see,
were
this was the t-shirt that
They even prepare fake blood? Seriously? It's just a prank, bro. Come on, chill, guys. It's not even serious.
Goodnight Chicken was wearing when he was quote-unquote running away from the
What a clean
compound with his
cut.
half-shaven head. Everything was fabricated, all in the hopes of getting views. The Khmer Times, a news publication from Cambodia, published this article saying, "Enough is enough, no mercy for foreigners who create fake content to tarnish Cambodia." It was becoming more and more evident that these two influencers weren't just going to get a slap on the wrist. No, this was going to have very serious consequences. This new reality only started to really sink in when they were in handcuffs. This is why they proceeded to bow down an apology because they realized, wait a second, we're actually screwed. Watch.
晚安小鸡陈仁川及主显在这边向柬埔寨的神长跟你说声真的抱歉。非常对不起。
គ្រប់អាដាមស្ថាប័នហេតុបានការសុំទោស
I'm so
It's
sorry.
like, they'd be like, stand the fuck up, dude.
This is even funnier because of how ridiculous he looks with his shaved head.
Why his hate?
This is a disaster. It took 3 days, okay? 3
Why shape hate? Why? Like, oh, because he's getting tortured?
days to convict them and send them to jail. It was extremely quick. They were sentenced to 2 years in Cambodian jail, which is one of the worst jails you can go to. There were, of course, some concerns over the fact that they might have not gotten full due process, that there was no proper trial, no proper human rights. But I'll be honest with you, this was definitely the minority. The majority, including Taiwanese, were very happy that they were getting the punishment that they deserve for playing with their
Yes.
audience's emotions and tarnishing the entire image of a country already going through a very bad image problem.
They're basically full like both country, just bad basically for everyone.
Regardless, some people were very concerned about this that they even reached out to the Prime Minister of Cambodia offering yet another detail of Goodnight Chicken's life, which of course made him only look worse. Cambodian Prime Minister Hun Manet spoke out about the crime committed by Taiwanese internet celebrity Goodnight Chicken. He said, "Someone called me the day before yesterday to help these 2 people, telling me that these 2 young people should be released because they still have a sick mother to take care of in Taiwan, but I denounced the statement on the phone. If their mother is sick, then they should take good care of their mother at home instead of going to other countries to ruin their reputation and
Yeah.
cause trouble. So I say they should be sentenced more severely because they're unfilial sons." This kind of
Another one. Oh shit, he got a sick mom. All right, another punishment because he's so dumb. What the hell?
selfish behavior not only hurts Cambodia, but also discourages tourists from visiting Cambodia and causes people to lose their
Another
income.
crime
Hun Manet also
added
warned
to
any
him.
internet celebrities who want to come to Cambodia to make fake videos to gain internet popularity, "We will take strict actions just like the two people from Goodnight Chicken.
Here we go. Yeah, like when foreigner came here to like mess up with you, your reputation, guys, basically your country reputation. Punish them.
They will serve 2 years in prison and be blacklisted,
Yeah, making a
permanently
fool
banned from entering Cambodia.
of you.
So the Prime Minister himself had something to say about this, and he doubled down on it, telling anyone else who might have the same idea,
Nice.
if you come here and do the same thing, not only will you be permanently banned from visiting,
Slap
but you
their
will also
butt,
be
yes.
going to jail. So again, I just want to show you how the Taiwanese were reacting to this. On the post from the governor of the province involved, where he was asking, hey, anyone have information about this guy? Tell me immediately. The comments are, they're self-explanatory. Please let him go to jail. Or as a Taiwanese,
我只是让他说晚安，感谢。Oh my god, guys, Chinese is so funny. He's basically saying, just let him say good night, yeah, forever, like forever. As
about
in
this
he's
guy,
gonna
tell me
die. Come on.
immediately. The comments are, they're self-explanatory.
I can't see. It's too
Please
small.
let him go to jail. Or as a Taiwanese, I am deeply sorry for the issues caused by this Taiwanese individual in Cambodia. I hope that he will face the most serious consequences for his actions.
Yeah.
Please believe that the majority of Taiwanese people are well-mannered and differ from him. So this is why, even though the conviction was extremely fast and might have broken some human rights, no one really had any sympathy or even pity for him. The Cambodians were furious that someone was harming their reputation for clout, and the Taiwanese were furious because not only did he play with their emotions, but he single-handedly harmed their reputation. Barely a month after Goodnight Chicken was arrested for inciting social unrest for 2 years with his friend, news came out from the Star saying that his time in jail is miserable. Apparently, the only way he can sleep is in an upright position. He can't even lay down. This is because he's in a cell with 150 different inmates, all crammed up together. According to the Cambodian League for the Promotion and Defense of Human Rights, they describe Cambodian prisons as severely overcrowded and having abysmal living conditions. People in prison have to routinely make informal payments for basic necessities like food, space to sleep, and family visits. And here's a drawing of how a cell looks like. An actual image would probably get me demonetized. So this
Damn.
drawing right here kind of shows you how there's barely any space. This is why you don't want to end up in a Cambodian prison cell. You ask any Taiwanese person and they'll probably know exactly what you're talking about when you mention Goodnight Chicken. This incident was just that big on a national level. It prompted many conversations about how far influencers will go, with people asking themselves, why do we even bother accommodating such disrespectful people who only do these things for views? And today, the world is asking itself the same
guy
question.
keep
Why do we
coming
continue
back.
to accommodate these people?
Oh my god.
Why did Japan not go the whole way like Cambodia did and jail this idiot for multiple years? Why did Israel not do the same thing too? Because by the way, Johnny Somali also got arrested there after Japan,
What, really?
and now he's in South Korea. Is it purely because of his American passport, or are countries simply not equipped to deal with such things? Who knows? I personally hope he gets jailed for multiple years. And in the
Oh,
case
okay, I'll be real. I think it's because he's an American.
of Goodnight Chicken, I hope it serves as a reminder to all these influencers that they are not immune to the law just because they have some followers on Instagram. They end up
Yeah.
making all foreigners look bad, and I personally don't want to be grouped up in the same group as someone who uses a holy site in Japan to do
Bruh,
pull-ups.
come on.
Anyway, we'll see what happens. Thank you so much for watching this video till the end. I appreciate that so much. I'll see you in the next video whenever that is, and yeah, love you. Mwah.
It's just a prank, bro. Anyway, why are you handcuffing me? Oh, that's so sad. Why would you do that? Is it because like he's like, oh shit, if I spend all this money to Cambodia and no interesting video provided on the live stream, it's gonna waste my money. So he just set up a freaking prank. Oh my god, come on, dude. If you go to Cambodia and you are safe, no one kidnap you, then it's gonna be a nice content. It means that Cambodia is safe for Taiwan people to travel. Come on, why do you have to go such length just to mess with everyone?